Hello and welcome one and all, this is Old School Gamer 1971 here, Millie, Lloyd, everyone, I hope you're all having a good day. If you would, please like and comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe, support the channel and help it grow. Today's third hour thoughts is on Lego Movie 2. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours and this is what I think. Lego Movie 2, developed by Traveller's Tales, is an adventure game that came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019. After the success of the original Lego Movie, I did like the movie by the way, it was more than obvious it was going to get a sequel. Lego Movie 2, the second part to give it its full title. Likewise, we would see a sequel to the game, releasing a couple of weeks after the movie came to the cinema. To say Lego is a popular toy, apparently 6 bricks for every person alive on the planet today has been made since the first Lego brick was made at the Lego factory. Also, I really enjoy playing the games, so let's see if this game measures up. Traveller's Tales is a British video game developer and was founded in 1989 by John Burton and Andy Ingram. Initially a small company, it started to grow through its many partnerships with much larger companies, developing or supporting development with companies such as Sega and Disney Interactive. However, it was in 2004, along with Giant Interactive Entertainment, they developed Lego Star Wars the video game. Telltale purchased Giant Interactive in 2005, together they became TT Games. In 2007, Traveller's Tales was purchased by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Seeing that they had a winning formula, Warner brought the copyright to popular movies and Traveller's Tales has kept the games coming. Star Wars, Middle-earth, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, DC and Marvel. Whilst the games follow a formula, there has been advancements to that engine and these games are indeed a lot of fun. Despite following the same plot of Lego Movie 2, the second part, there are many bonus story elements that relate to the first movie. The main locations from Lego movies such as the Old West, Middle Zealand and the original Bricksburg, which has now been dubbed Classic Bricksburg, all return. With it being an open world, it goes beyond the story and is something different for the Lego franchise. In the loading screen, it is shown that when characters are travelling to other planets, they're seen falling through an infinite-like hole with flashes of Lego pieces of all colours referencing Emmett's initial perishing from the Lego universe and entering the real world in the first movie. The alien monster invaders have left Bricksburg in ruins. They are Duplo. It is now up to Emmett and a host of heroic characters to go beyond the world and save their friends from the strange inhabitants of the Sistar system. Journey into outer space, discover new worlds and test your master building skills. So is everything awesome or is everything boresome? So I started the game up and I thought, this game has a different palette from the normal Lego game. It's not quite so colourful and it started off on the map screen. Also seems rather light on the background stuff. Doesn't seem to have a lot in it. There is an explanation for this, more on this in gameplay. 10 minutes in and I am sure that it's an open world game, and it is. Once you realise that some of the open world is for building on, it changes the game. The game does have cutscenes from the movie, considering the size of maps it's almost in all directions, it's kind of impressive. With the game not being broken up into levels does mean it runs smoother, but also allows for a more varied and more vertical map. Certainly by 25 minutes in I knew this had a lot new for the Lego franchise and a lot borrowed from other Lego titles and other games. There is also some characters that kind of break the normal Lego character mold.
So, did you figure out where that shooting star landed? You should be able to see the crash site from the lookout point up on the statue's tablet. Here, You might
I
want
was
to.
out here searching for spaceship! Scrap parts when the gates closed and left me stuck out here. If you can find me some bricks, I'll come up with a build that'll get us inside. Oh, you got him? That's swell! Here's your brand new build. Okay, quick, build the
So a word of warning to the wise, I hope you like Everything is Awesome. It is used a lot in this game, and the movies for that matter. Play the game or watch the movies and it will be in your head for hours. The other sounds in the game are normal LEGO sounds you've come to expect from the LEGO franchise. Never forget though, there is Spotify for all your gaming needs, because this game is one long game. Unfortunately, it's not the original cast, but it does still sound pretty good. The sound as a whole bounces along quite happily and does have an arcade flavour to it. The game does have subtitles. It does mean you don't need the sound. For me, the sound stays on for now at least. With a game this size, it is hard unless you use licensed music. This game does not, and whilst each area has its own music and sound, it is not recognisable except for Everything is Awesome and the odd character themes. Let me start by saying there is nothing wrong with borrowing from another game. Sometimes a long time has passed and it gives the old game a new lease of life. Just like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, it's all about the collectibles, as in the bricks. In this case, to build different stuff, from buildings to springs and even sprinklers. The fact this is an open world game, surprisingly it uses both movie settings. This is great and gives the game a wide variety of themed areas and characters for that matter. Just like Dark Cloud, you have to restore the areas to their former glory. They tell you what they want and then you build it. And whilst it's not as complicated as Dark Cloud, it is a welcome addition to a great game. The way I look at it is, when they do this in a LEGO game, yes it is duplicating other games. It's like they're trying to bring these gameplay tropes to a whole other generation of gamers. Sometimes LEGO games are accused of being the same. This, Ninjago and City Undercover all prove otherwise. Yes, the controls are the same, but the gameplay has been very different from the normal formula. And there's nothing wrong with the normal formula. They all have humour, they're all entertaining, and they're all licensed material, and it's just fun. The idea of the original LEGO movie was great, a kid's idea of a LEGO story, and so involving a younger sister in the second movie was a fantastic idea. I think we all remember it being like that if you had a younger relative or friends. Mix and match games, especially with mixed genders. And whilst the game doesn't really draw you in, it is a lot of fun. Yes, it is better in 2-player, but it's still a lot of fun in single player. A great way to while away the hours. I have been a fan of LEGO games since 2006 when a friend of mine, Little Dan, said, "Come on, give it a go." And I've purchased every one that is released for my current console, and I don't think there has ever been a bad one yet. As gaming has gotten older, during the last generation we've not had so many games aimed at a younger generation of player. I enjoy playing these games with my niece Millie Moo and my nephew Youngblood. These are great games to play with the younger generation, yet it is always the adults that do the collection. Also, the LEGO humour is here, which is always a good thing. I have purchased every LEGO game for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, and other than one mishap, The Hobbit never getting the Battle of the Five Armies DLC, as the game came out before the movie, and due to the lack of sales, the DLC was never made. If we can fast forward a minute, the next game out will be based on all 9 Star Wars main entries. It's being called the Skywalker Saga, and after this, I think an open world adventure set across multiple worlds, it would work. Before this game, I would have had my reservations. This game has a very novel feeling to it. As normally you have a map and levels, this game encourages exploration and gives the game a different flavour to it. This will be on my list for next year. The collection aspect I enjoy in these games and normally take some 40 plus hours to complete, and honestly I enjoy every minute of those games. More games need to be made with kids in mind, not just for easy platinums. My niece and nephew opted to have PlayStation 4s, and sometimes it feels like they get very short-changed when it comes to content aimed at them. Remember companies, some of the children of today will become hardcore gamers of the future, and they will start with what they know. Still, I will always have Lego games, Knack 2 and Minecraft to play with them, and I cannot wait to play this with them. Millie Moo is quite the collector, and Youngblood likes to break things. Now I do believe that they should make next gen the time to bring back online co-op, but let's make it up to 4 player. This game is fantastic. Some things new, some things revisited, and feels like the right direction for the Lego games to go in, and does look like a game for next year. So everything is awesome. If you are hearing this, you've made it all the way to the end of the video. Well done. Give it a thumbs up and comment if you enjoyed the video. Please share as it helps the channel grow and improve. Enjoy your day. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.